IVM.
Some people think that Geek Fruits is a show about technology, but it's not. It's actually about us nerds. But if you are a tech head, that's a term I just invented for you, then you should definitely check out Shunya One, hosted by entrepreneur Shiladitya. It's a roundtable discussion about all the tech things you can find in India. Every week, check out the biggest headlines to dissect and discuss from tech, business, and the business of tech. That's Shunya One, every week on the IVM podcast app and anywhere you like to listen to podcasts.
Hello and welcome to the Geek Fruit Bulletin, where we discuss the news and not news that is floating about in the ether of this nerd world that we inhabit on a day-to-day basis.
Wow.
Yeah.
You never fail to surprise me with your introduction to these bulletins, Dinkar.
Isn't it mostly the same? It's about news and not news.
Exactly. Since it's such a simple binary issue,
Yeah.
and you can just start by saying, hey, it's the bulletin, we always get a really interesting start, which I appreciate for keeping it fresh.
Well,
like the news.
Nice. Good segue.
Thanks.
Tell us what we
Janam.
got.
Hi, Janam.
Hi,
How are
Tejas.
you?
I am well. I'm great.
Good.
Yeah,
Good to
I'm
hear
great.
that. Good to hear that you are well.
Yes.
I'm well.
You say you're well and then I'm well.
No, but even I'm
Yeah.
suffering from a cough. I believe it is in the air, which is what people always say.
Because
when
it's
That a cough
Bombay.
is in the
It's- Yeah, you're also always breathing
Also,
in
it's the
toxins, right?
universe. It's just like everything's full of germs. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's in the air, I hear. Yeah, like Phil Collins. Anyway,
Or when they say like it's going around. Have you ever heard this joke about there's this one guy who at 8 in the evening his doorbell rings and he goes to open it and it's a 6-foot tall cockroach that just looks at him and then punches him in the stomach and he goes like, oh, what, why? And the cockroach walks away. Next day, exact same thing. 8 o'clock, bell rings, cockroach outside the door, punches him, walks away. Once again, third day, same thing happens. At this point, he's losing it. He goes out, he meets a friend of his who's a doctor, and he says like, man, the weirdest thing is happening to me. Every day at 8 o'clock, this one cockroach rings my doorbell. As soon as I open it, punches me in the stomach and walks away. And the doctor goes like, yeah, there's a nasty bug going around. This has been the Geek Fruit Bulletin.
I was trying very hard to get the punchline of the joke.
Were you trying
Something
to
I like
anticipate?
I
Yeah.
remember you cracked another similar one last year.
Was it about the caterpillar and the shoes?
Yes.
I have jokes according to very specific situations. Like there's people going to a bar joke, people buying pet jokes.
I never remember jokes.
Insect jokes.
I always hear a good joke and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use that one at some point.
Like
and
you
I
remember the
ne-
premise, but not the punchline.
I don't remember the jokes at all.
Yeah, I
think it's-
you can't
it's the
forget
same-
the punchline. That's terrible.
No.
Then you've just wasted people's time with a premise.
And you know what? It's weird. I only
Like,
remember
I mean-
stupid jokes, like dumb jokes, like useless jokes, not
But
like
dumb jokes are
functional.
the best. I
No,
feel
no,
like
this is a great joke. I
Yeah.
love this joke.
in
This
a
was
dumb
good.
way. It's a dumb joke, but
No,
it's a good
not.
joke.
I'm sorry. Let's remove these aspersions that people are, casting on these
Tell you a good
quality
joke.
of jokes.
I
It's
mean,
fine.
in the animals inhabiting human worlds genre,
I love animal jokes, by the
they're
way.
the best.
Best jokes.
This polar bear walks into
love
a
it.
bar.
Already love it.
So this is two genres. There's bar jokes, there's animal jokes. Polar bear walks into a bar.
This is the best
goes to
joke.
the
I feel like
bartender.
he's just pulling it out of his head right now.
This is the greatest crossover
I'm
of all
encyclopedia
time.
of terrible jokes and great jokes. And often they're the same joke. So this polar bear walks into a bar, goes to the bartender and says, bartender, I'll have 2 beers, please. He says it exactly like that. And the bartender goes like, sure. He
Make
takes
sure no
2
one
beers.
edits
puts them-
this episode.
Don't edit out the pause. But he takes the 2 beers, puts them on the counter and goes like, hey man, why the pause? And the bear goes like, he looks at his hands and he goes like, I've always had pause.
That was terrible.
That's great.
Great.
That's
Yeah,
a great
see,
joke.
I told you.
I loved it.
Often
I
they're the
laughed.
same joke.
I laughed.
So yeah, it's important to remember the punchline. Because otherwise, like I said, you're wasting people's time with the premise.
Right. What
And
is
the
this show
premise
about?
of this show, with which we're wasting people's time, is that we tell them about the news and the not news. Well, we don't really convey the news. We discuss the news. And in the news
we're
right
not
now...
we're not terrible TV news channels. We don't just say stuff.
Yeah, we don't just say stuff.
Man,
Sometimes we do.
I attempted watching news, like a television news channel, because of what's happening right now in Kashmir and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, chalo, enough reading about it. Let me just watch and see what's happening. I couldn't, man. It's epilepsy, man. I
Yeah,
swear.
in
Those
fact-
graphics are moving so quickly and changing so fast. And it's about, and we have a big TV at home, so it's still monitor, like regular laptop monitor sized of actual footage,
Right.
and everything else is just
Everything
banners
else is
and
just graphics.
and graphics.
Bright blue and red.
Man, it is. I swear, I
It's-
can get a seizure. Like
Yeah,
watching
it's not
that
the
shit.
best. In
And
fact-
not because of the graphics, just because of the
Oh, and the
content.
people shouting. We
Yeah.
might have gotten something wrong when we said that unlike news channels, we actually discuss the news. News channels only shout about the news now. There's not a lot of fresh news.
Oh, they're not
happening.
telling the news, is it?
Not really. I
Or
mean,
they're
most
just
of it is just like
giving their opinions.
yeah, it's
They're
a very,
all bought, yeah. Like there's no
shouting their opinions.
neutral kind of opinion. They're not just telling the news.
I don't know. I don't think they're bought, but they're definitely biased.
Have you seen Republic TV?
Yeah, biased, but not bought. I don't know. I feel
I
like
don't know.
it's not a purely financial thing. It's like it's a mix of a ratings play and other stuff.
Well, they said B-list people have been being paid money
Yeah.
to support political parties, so you never know.
Yeah, but A-listers do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like every A-lister in Bollywood is taking a picture with our man, but the B-listers are the one you want to pay.
Those are hard ones you got to buy off.
I
You
think
tweeted about it, right?
I did tweet about this. I thought it was a very funny joke, but nobody
It's-
amplified it.
But yo,
which is
it's-
why
'cause
I'm
it's
reaching
three-
out to some B-listers because I hear they'll do it for like 25 grand.
It's 3 edgy, 4 school.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what's our news?
Our news
sorry.
is-
Nobody wants to hear us talk about the news. Sorry, but
it's important. At the moment we discuss this, big things are happening.
it's crazy scary.
Yeah, it's pretty worrying.
It's all scary,
Anyway, speaking of war,
which is why we talk about fun things.
speaking of war, Captain Marvel
Mm-hmm.
is about to come out, and in anticipation of the fact that this movie will be relentlessly trolled because it's a female superhero movie.
Are you getting that vibe already?
Apparently, people started.
it's feeling like
there
that.
were like these coordinated hate campaigns on Rotten Tomatoes to downvote the movie. So Rotten Tomatoes is changing the rules now, and
Tell
they
us.
won't let people comment or rate a movie before it comes out, before the official release date.
But then after it comes out, I'm sure that's still gonna have the
Yeah,
same
I
effect.
wonder how effective is that. I think there's more nuance to the policy, but basically they're saying they've locked any movie until it comes out. So at least the movie doesn't open to completely tanked ratings for no reason.
Oh, yeah, fair. Okay, so that's good. And
Yeah.
they're hoping that the goodness of the world outweighs the trolls, is it?
Well, then they're kind of screwed, aren't they?
No, I mean, I don't think so, man. I think there is innate, goodness, generally speaking. I don't think people will go out of their way unless it's a specific cell
also-
of people who's their job and motivation to do this.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think generally if you're a neutral going person, if you like the movie, you will like it. If you don't like the movie, I don't think you'll go out of your way to destroy it. Unless you're part of, so to speak, all these agendas that we've seen now that have come out about Star Wars, and people hating on The Last Jedi and things like that, which have fueled people's own emotions about it in a way that may not have come out originally. But like today, man, IGN put out a post saying, one of IGN's little things saying that there's 6 movies, okay, and they named Star Wars Episode 9, Avengers Endgame, Detective Pikachu, John Wick 3, things like that, Toy Story 4. You can only watch one film. Which one would you watch, right?
Right.
And so obviously people are saying Avengers and they're saying something, and some people are like Star Wars, and I would also say that because it's a completion of something super epic, and it's a funny thing, and I would love to watch Star Wars because it's this thing that started it all.
So is
etc.
Endgame, right? It's a completion of the whole...
I agree, but Star Wars is the thing, is the reason why I am a nerd. It's there's
It's a
too much
completion of your saga.
Yeah, it's too many emotions there, and I'm also a fan of it, man. And I love Last Jedi and things like that. But man, the way people go out of the way, to kind of destroy people who have said Star Wars in that comments thread, it's insane, man. It's crazy.
But why exactly are people trolling Captain Marvel?
Captain Marvel?
What's the reason for the troll? What?
Because it's a girl, she can't punch things.
Yeah, how can she?
That is the-
one second,
that
Jaanam.
is the-
One second, but how can a woman fight as a superhero? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
it's nuts.
Wait,
Come on,
that
how's
is
even
like
possible?
argument.
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay.
Maybe if her dad is the superhero or
Yeah.
something,
I-
or her
Which I
boyfriend.
think so. That's probably what's going to happen in the movie, right? Because clearly she can't be. It says Captain, not Captainess.
Yeah, duh, captains are boys.
Yeah.
You all know the joke about the doctor?
Tell us this.
Oh, it's more of a riddle, but It's a classic.
What, Pagliacci the
A
Clown?
doctor and his son are... It's kind of a similar premise as Pagliacci the Clown, but a doctor and his son are in a car that gets into a really bad accident. The doctor dies on the spot, and his son is rushed off to the hospital
Right.
to get him in on the stretcher.
Yeah, I know this
And they call for a surgeon. Surgeon runs in and says, "I can't operate on him. He's my son. How is this possible?"
It's a simple answer, Jaanam.
Yeah, I feel like
Dude.
we built it up perfectly for
this moment.
for this exact answer. Like all the context is laid.
Yeah. It's just too heavy a
The doctor
coincidence.
came to life.
No, the surgeon
doctor
is his mom. Because women can be surgeons
Oh
now.
my god.
It's 2019.
Janam is
Wake up.
3019. She was like, yeah, obviously, but then what's the level of the coincidence?
It's a classic. I mean, the fact
It's a
is,
classic joke.
Yeah, it's
more of like a, look at how you think about your life kind
yeah,
of joke.
I like it's kind of a trolley joke because most
very
people
trolly joke.
don't get it immediately, but also I feel like it does speak to some sort of innate like patriarchy that we've imbibed. You wouldn't go like, oh yeah, you picture the doctor or the surgeon and you're thinking, yeah, why did he do that?
Well, you can't picture anything because they're wearing a surgical mask and a cap.
But I think that is how we've been conditioned. I
saved
mean,
it,
it's
yes. I
absolutely
saved
wrong. But when you say doctor, you immediately think of a male. When you say nurse, you think of a woman.
That's
You don't-
actually not true. I feel like male nurses are like a big deal right
They
now.
are, but the first thing that comes to your mind is sadly a woman. Not
Maybe it's because when we were in school, all the nurses were like all these Malayali women telling us to apply Vicks on anything. I came in with like a dislocated knee once, and she was
Man,
like, "Apply Vicks."
There
Apply
is
Vicks.
like one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever read is this really long article about the movement of Keralite women who
Yeah.
become nurses.
Yeah.
It's quite nuts. Anyway, do you guys know what you call a female pilot?
a pilot.
Exactly. Well done. See,
Alright.
now you're questioning your perceptions.
No, because generally there is no other word for it.
Yeah, but also a lot of the time, if you ask people this question, they'll be like, I don't know, what? And then you call them out for being sexist. Anyway, girls can't be superheroes, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. So
maybe superheroine. Okay. But superhero, no. That's for boys.
Oh God. All right. So
Also,
that's
like,
probably
her
why.
outfit is blue. Why is it not pink? She's a lady. Hello?
Sure, okay, I get the argument.
I think
okay.
Rotten Tomatoes is going to block me before this movie releases now.
Janam's also right. Okay, then can we
I
get it?
think, like, to come back to an argument we made like 2 arguments ago, which is that there's innate goodness in the world. I do think so, but
Yeah,
also
I'm a believer.
the fact is the voices of haters are a little louder. They tend to be more motivated.
No, they're just more present, man. They're more present in comment sections because they go out of their way to say
Exactly,
something. Yeah.
they're
But if
louder.
you like something, you're gonna hit like or maybe not say anything because you just enjoyed it and you went home and you did something productive with your life.
And I think,
As opposed to like people who don't like something will go out of their way to say something. It's also it also speaks to
if
the,
you hate
the-
something, say something.
Yeah, well, that nature, but it's also our like it's a internet review culture, right? Like a lot of people, like Mally also says this a lot. She's like, why do I find myself always on Twitter only when I really want to complain about something? Which is true because it's like you found a way to say something that people will address immediately because you're putting out a negative thing out there so that people will try and address it. So it's to draw attention, but it also works in the negative way, which like people aren't asking for your comments. We just made a
Yeah.
thing. And yeah, people just find their way onto the internet to do that. That's just the way it
They
is.
feel the need to speak out. I feel like this typically happens because they feel like they're being oppressed. You know, like
Yeah.
a female superhero in a movie that has nothing to do with you. There's
Yeah.
no reason you should take it as an attack on the things you love.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about you. You're some dude.
You
Like,
know,
maybe
on-
buy a ticket.
It's
but
weird,
I
yeah.
feel like, why are you attacking me, man? I'm gonna fight back.
Correct.
When there was no attack in the first place.
Yeah.
And
We're
that's
just
why
making a-
I will shout out. That's why trolls are a lot more motivated. Like, these are coordinated hate campaigns. There's no coordinated like campaign.
Yeah.
Because that's the normal, right?
Yeah.
And
Those are called fan clubs, right? Or
Yeah, but I mean,
Yes,
but
but-
nobody's going out of their way to like. I'm not saying those are good either, right? Like, if you
What,
really
fan clubs?
No, fan clubs are good. I'm saying a coordinated movement to create an effect on something like deliberately when none is really required. Like, if people go out saying, "Oh, if the opposite happened," people said, "Oh man, Captain Marvel has to be the greatest." Female-oriented film of all time, and for that we're gonna all go hit the thumbs up button the day it releases. I don't think that's good either, right? It's not a good mark of what the quality of the film is with or without the political things in it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think anything is good. I just think that people just watch a movie. You don't like it, keep it yourself. You like it, tell somebody else about it. You don't have to invade the internet to,
Poison
to
it.
to do that. I think, man, moderation, man, is the key to anything, dude. Like, I mean, we're talking about Russian Doll in the next episode. Something that I found to be
See,
true.
that's a good show because
Exactly.
girls can be dolls. That's fine.
And yeah.
And it's about a girl. And she's playing a doll.
Also
Cool.
a guy.
It's not like she said Russian superhero.
Yeah.
Come on, let's be realistic here.
But
Let's be realistic in our time loop TV show.
But my point is, in that show, whenever they were being interviewed, I was watching like a few of those interviews, and a lot of people saying, "Oh, so I heard you hired an entire all-female cast," and what I believe, at least Amy Poehler, was just like, we just know a lot of good women and we just decided to hire them.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, but it was not really like I don't watch the show and go like, wow, this is a great woman-centric female character who is.
I feel like those are also important because in a way it's like it's corrective action really, which is unfortunately required.
I know it's
but
required,
also
absolutely. But my point is like
It doesn't feel forced.
I don't look at the show and
doesn't-
think, oh, this is a male show, female. It's just like a good show and that's
Neutral.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
not like in my brain, I'm not thinking, wow, so brave of them for having a female lead. No, that's not really what the point is. The point is, and this is something that they said, I mean, I suppose we'll talk about it in the episode when we do review it. But my thought is that, when they were making this, and I think Natasha Lyonne has gone on record to say that, that the character is not really speaking about innate female qualities that makes her the character. That it's just talking about existentialism, which exists across the board, like male, women, non-binary, whatever it is, right? And I think that's what's so good about it. And I think it's cool that we're seeing it from a female perspective because you don't usually see it that way.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, oh man, this is a great woman-centric show. And it's not like that.
Because that's not your primary motivation to watch it in the
Yeah,
first
exactly.
place, right? I feel like in some cases
As
for
opposed to
negative reasons
Gilmore
and
Girls.
in
Sorry,
some
which is a
cases
great
for
show.
positive reasons, that would be the focus. Yeah, as opposed to Gilmore Girls.
Which is a great female-oriented show.
Yeah.
But it's also more than that. It's the greatest show.
It's
of all
more
time.
than that, yeah. So I'm just saying that it's about stuff that's on girls' minds or like a daughter
Yeah.
and her mom's minds doesn't mean it's not relevant to what we care about.
Yeah, because there's some great. I mean, there are great male characters on that show as well, and there's like it's good. That's great.
Have you
Gilmore
thought
Girls,
about
greatest
this?
show of all time. Sorry,
Yeah.
let's go ahead.
I mean, have you thought about this? Captain Marvel is a female superhero movie,
Yeah.
right? But the first female superhero movie that Marvel's doing, they're like, yeah, but she can't be an Earth woman. Have you seen the women on Earth? She's an alien.
She is an Earth woman, though.
No, she's an alien, isn't it?
What?
No, okay.
I don't know this.
But the story of Captain Marvel is also interesting. I suppose we could get into it when we do the episode. But I'm glad we're getting the political
The
side out of
current
it
Captain
right
Marvel
now.
is a Earth girl.
Both Captain Marvels are.
I thought Carol Danvers was a alien.
She is half and half. She's kind of like
Oh.
she was infused with alien DNA.
Right. Whenever
Because-
I don't think I've read like solo Captain Marvels, but she is usually
At
referred
least
to
the
as an
original.
alien.
Well, maybe now they've kind of fully, but she's embraced that side of her like a lot more. But
Right.
the truth of it is that the original Captain Marvel, which was a dude whose name was Marvel, and that's
Yeah.
the guy's name. He's like a full
Comics are dumb.
Yeah, comics are dumb. I mean, there used to be another Captain Marvel.
Who was
Who's-
a DC character.
Who's a DC character, but
Yeah.
now because they were just like, man, we're losing this fight to name this character Captain Marvel and we're DC.
Yeah.
Just call him the name that he shouts out to become his character, which is Shazam.
Yeah.
And now they're making the movie, and his name is Shazam. And this
Which,
only happened
I mean, by
10
that
years
same
ago, by
logic,
the way.
Shaktiman should be called Parle G.
Correct, exactly. But he was only changed to Shazam like maybe 10 years ago, man. It's not
it's-
too far in the past that they decided to finally go with that decision and just say like...
At
fuck
some
it.
point, they were like, wait, our superhero is named after our competitor?
Yeah, exactly. And they were just like, man, Marvel's doing so well. And somebody must have sneaked to them saying, I hear they're making a Captain Marvel movie. It's like, change it now. Change it to Shazam now.
It's like if Marvel had a superhero called DC Man, and
Yeah.
his superpower was making shitty live action movies.
Oh. I was going to say...
But good animated movies.
Direct current.
Direct current.
Anyway,
Yes.
this was less of a newsy kind of thing and a
Well,
not news guy.
what we discussed lives on a spectrum between news and not news, and this was firmly in the
In
middle.
the middle of that. But
Yeah.
I'm also glad...
I told you it's about the ether.
I want to get the political part of this, of Captain Marvel, out of the way before we review the film, because then we can just talk about the film. And I'm sure it's going to be hard to dissect one from the other, but I'd like to just talk about it as a film and then maybe get to its ramifications, like everything post-film. But pre-film, good, let's like finish it off here.
Yeah. I guess we sort of have. We've dealt with that.
Cool.
Anyway, now, Jaanam, just to as a note to our listeners, I was playing the character of a sexist jerk all this while. So, Jaanam,
That
take the
wasn't
lead.
right.
He was
I
Stephen
don't know.
Colberting it.
Yeah. Sometimes people don't get the nuance and they hate me.
Yeah,
So,
just to be absolutely clear.
yeah, just to be
Dinkar and I
absolutely
are-
clear, I think women can do most things except drive or be superheroes.
Oh, hello, what? I can drive. I know I nearly killed you all once, but I can. You're die.
We will not bring that up. You did.
Okay, drive this episode home, Jaanam.
See,
Close
you
it
can
out.
die. That's what matters.
Yeah. Cool. Close it out. Tell them where they can find us and what we're doing in the full episode.
This week we've talked about DreamWorks animation and its rivalry with Pixar.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Kind
that
of.
At
comes
least
up.
that's what they think. They have, yeah.
It's part of the ether.
Why do we crap on Dream? Anyway, sorry, go ahead.
And yeah, that's a wrap. And you can you can find us on all the socials.
You can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at Geekfruit HQ.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to say Versova Social Cars.
It's just
Yeah,
across the
sorry.
road.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Now they know.
You know
where
how
we
they
are.
say women can't be funny? A lot of men can't either.
Sorry, yeah.
Should
Who
I
said this, by the way?
that women can't be funny?
No, that I can't.
I said some men can't.
Oh, God.
I didn't mean you. It's not an attack on you.
Okay.
Just like Captain Marvel is in Tejas. Should I close? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. We've lost the plot here. Should I close it out with a good joke?
No.
Okay.
Cool.
माणसं ना गोल गप्प्यासारखी असतात. हाय हॅलो करताना वेगळी आणि बोलताना वेगळी आणि गप्पा मारताना वेगळी, मित्र झाली की वेगळी आणि शत्रू म्हणून वेगळी, थोडक्यात दिसणारी वेगळी आणि असणारी वेगळी, कधी आंबट, कधी गोड, कधी तिखट, तर कधी चमचमीत आणि कधी कधी हॉट अँड स्पायसी सुद्धा. आणि म्हणूनच गप्पा सॉरी गोल गप्पा विथ तृप्ती खामकर फक्त तुमच्यासाठी दर बुधवारी IVM पॉडकास्टच्या ऍपवर, वेबसाईटवर किंवा युट्यूब चॅनलवर सुद्धा ऐकू शकता. तुम्ही आमचा पॉडकास्ट वेगवेगळ्या पॉडकास्ट प्लॅटफॉर्मवरती ऐकू शकता. फक्त सर्च करा गोल गप्पा विथ तृप्ती खामकर आणि आमचा पॉडकास्ट ऐकत राहा.
Hi listeners, we at Aditya Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund have come up with a special podcast series called MF 101 in collaboration with Bloomberg Quint. MF 101 is an informative series that will help you understand the recipe behind mutual fund investments. And what's more, it's coming from the chefs of the mutual fund buffet table, from the very own fund managers and analysts who are the manufacturers of the funds that help you realize your investment goals. New episodes out every Monday. You can listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app or wherever you get your podcasts.